Alright, there will be other ways from the final 7 people to know who you want to vote for with the flags. And as if for everyone else had their flags exactly for who they were going to root for, ooh, 2 people were voting for Gothlistic Girl. That was Rosie and Goth Boy. 3 votes for Alejandro was Star and Heather and Danny. 3 votes for Courtney, Jasmine, and Adam and DJ voted for Courtney. 4 votes for Duncan was Lashana and Noah and Gwen, and finally Owen voted for Duncan. 5 votes for Trent, Harold, and what should I say? Hold on a minute. Or should I say, of course? Well, 4 votes apparently, since there's only just 4 votes. So it was Harold and Justin and Katie and Sadie. So that's right, 4 votes, which means it's in a double tie right now. By pretty much for 4 votes between Duncan and Trent. 2 votes for Josh. That was Eva and Blaine Lee. Yep, that's right. We're definitely some votes right here. And, of course, the next ones exactly was that who voted for Sally was Cody. Cody was rooting for Sally to win the $1 million. And Beth was also rooting for Sally, and so did Lindsay, and, of course, Izzy, and finally Tyler and Sierra. We're voting for Sally this season to become the next winner of season 3's Total Drama World Tour Simulators winner. So anyway, that's everybody's votes that we have is 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 2, and 6. That's right. Most of the people who voted for Sally definitely wins first. That were 6 votes for Sally. And of course, that there were a tie already, that there was like a few ties. Ties for second, ties for third, and ties for last. Man, those are a lot of ties, but guess we're going to find out otherwise. Anyway, as for what we're going to say anyway, that's going to be a very much likely way to see who is winning it all the way, all the way. And I can, and of course there were more flags for, looks like, hold on, I'm going to just say it's like, and looks like more people were rooting for Sally, of course, that had more flags are voted with 6, apparently. And then Duncan with 4 flags, and Trent with 4 flags, apparently, meant to also add that. And then looks like for right now that we got more ties than ever. That we got is for like Alejandro and Courtney were tied with flags. And of course, once again, Gothlistic Girl and Josh had 2 flags. 3 and 2 flags. Wow, that's a lot of ties right here. And of course, I was going to hang out with more of the people, pretty much just say is like before the bear was just trying to be asleep. Anyway, as in for that, looks like the next challenge will commence. Now, that's sick. And don't worry about it, guys, that the bear is already still asleep and won't do anything for now and would need it to rest. And then as in for whatsoever, that the others were thinking about it. And as in for what's going to happen next, well, oh man, I guess we're going to find out and see anyways. Well, since it's about time to have a challenge, or should I say, it's going to be an all surfing challenge. That's right. It's going to be representing one of their teams in the Final 4. That's right, or near likely in the Final 3. So anyway, let's continue the challenge. And then, of course, looks like we have some interesting volunteers that are going to definitely consider to be in this one. So anyways, Tyler will be volunteering for Sally. Oh, nice. And of course, Eva is going to be volunteering for Josh. And Owen will be volunteering for Duncan. And Jasmine will volunteer for Courtney. And Heather will also volunteer for Alejandro. And finally, Rosie will volunteer for Gothlistic Girl. Man, we got his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right, we got 6 volunteers. However, that even if it's still going to confuse many reasons, then no worries about it. No worries. It sometimes may confuse at a time where it might be confusing, but if not, whatever. Nice then, that will work, and help. And also helping to take away to see what's going to happen. And so take it away. I'm going to say is, so take it away, Jeff. And also, Jeff was also explaining it anyways. So he was going to pretty much explain how this next challenge will pretty much work. And it's going to probably be a traditional Hawaiian lines from pretty much the Hawaiian gods of prosperity. Ho ho ho. Yep, that's going to be interesting. As in for what's down below is watch out for the lava spray. That will get you, so be sure to duck them as you can without it touching you on the waterfall along the way down. And the others at gasp. So, to make this easy, here are the animals that are on the board that you guys can pick on are only from Hawaii. And then let's see what's going to happen right here. And as in for Eva, she has picked the tiger shark. Oh, the tiger shark. Wow, that's going to be interesting. As the tiger shark has been selected. And as in for Owen, he has picked the fatal cat. That's right, he picked the fatal cat for pretty much that Duncan's going to be represented on the board from Owen's selection. And of course, Jasmine has definitely selected the next represents of the spirit animal is a jaguar for Courtney. That's fair. Nice call. Alright then. Next up is Heather. So, what kind of spirit animal represents Alejandro? Oh, Alejandro's spirit animal is the big dog. The big dog. Huh. Okay then. Whatever you say. And then finally for last, Rosie has picked the fatal pig that represents Gothlistic Girl. Or pretty much whatsoever. And then of course, Tyler finally had picked it another spirit animal for Sally is a lion. Damn, a lion. Okay, that will count in, Tyler. Wow. Anyway, looks like the games have now begun. So anyways, here we go. Anyways, let's start the challenge. And so whoever wins this one and lays out their team's animal first will win a major advantage for the final 3 only. It's going to be way impossible to pass that in the final 3. Oh, yep. That's what's going to happen today. So anyways, here we go. Let's begin. And as in for right now, let's see who has won. And as in for who won right now is that the winner goes to is Jasmine. Jasmine wins. That's right. Jasmine is the first person who definitely won and represents the spirit animal for Courtney. That's right. And also Owen is in second place and represents the spirit animal of the fatal cat for Duncan. And Eva wins third place, the spirit animal for Josh. And Rosie came in fourth place and pretty much was for the spirit animal for definitely once again was however was also been selected on the board. Josh, of course, that Tyler was in fifth, and finally, Heather was in dead last. Meanwhile, after the challenge is over and won, the winner goes to is. That's right, the winner goes to is Jasmine. That's right, Jasmine wins and was for Courtney's spirit animal. That's right, Courtney's spirit animal. So anyway, that's pretty much what happened. And oh yes, as in for right now, I'm just gonna go right ahead and change it. So give me a second while I just change it. Anyways, we're back. So anyway, that's right. Of course, that Duncan's spirit animal was in second because Owen was in second, Eva was in third, Rosie was in fourth, Tyler was in fifth, and Heather was last. So anyway, that's pretty much how to clear most of that up. Anyways, so, as in for what we really did and got to say for right now is that looks like the advantage is about to be what's going to happen of this advantage. So anyways, as Jeff and Bridget were both likely to explain to see who wins at the very end of the final three. So, as in for Bridget that she mentioned as for first place that Owen won is for the winner gets a real barrel that would pretty much would get for Courtney to have a real barrel. And of course, as in for second place that wins the baby stroller was definitely once again wait a minute. Oh yeah, Jasmine already won. Yep, Jasmine did. Yep, of course I have to do that again, so give me a sec. Um yep, definitely forgot to do that. So Jasmine wins a wheelbarrow. Well, pretty much that she just wins a wheelbarrow. And as in for second place, Owen already wins for second place. Yep. Owen wins a baby stroller. And of course, finally, Eva was in third place and pretty much gets nothing. Which also means for fourth place and fifth place and for last place, by the way, in sixth, wins nothing. That's right. So, once again, I will repeat again that we'll do a retry of that. So, here we go. The retry that Jasmine won is a real barrel that will give Courtney the advantage of the minor advantage of first place for the wheelbarrow. And as in for second place wins the baby stroller that Owen won for second place. And finally, Eva wins nothing for third place. And also, fourth place and fifth place and last place are definitely out of here, which means no places of winning. So, oof. Anyway, here we go apparently. And oh yeah, as in for me, I was gonna say is this. Shows up with a song, which of course I might be showing up anyway with a song. But anyway, as in for how things are gonna kinda wrap up exactly with Jeff and Bridget, which is pretty much like we're gonna wrap the entire Aftermath show for it to be finished, I get to come on in here for a song anyway. So here we go, everybody, and here we go and see what really happens and find out until the last part of the excitement of the final Aftermath show.